What's up, Gemini? Just give me a second. Just making sure my stream pops up real quick. Okay, cool. We're good. So, general reading, you know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, helps the channel grow. My name's Jordyn. I'm a master Reiki practitioner, tarot reader. So if you want a personal reading or Reiki session, book it down below through my website in the description box. I have 20% off all my services now through the end of December. And I have free 15-minute readings being given away on my Patreon channel. So go ahead, check all them goodies out. And other than that, I think that's it. Okay. Not the most flattering angle today. It makes me kind of look like my muscles are pretty muscular. Don't really care. Anyway, Gemini. Let's do Golden Universal Tarot. Gemini, you feel very... Look at me. Look at me. Just look at me. You see me? I look pretty nice. You feel like very like, I'm ready for attention. I'm ready for attention. It's not a bad thing. I heard yes, it is. It might get you in some trouble. Gemini, just don't go seeking attention in the wrong places. Just don't go seeking attention in the wrong places. Oops, hold on. I forgot to make this public. My apologies. Oh, okay. Sorry. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on, Gemini. I heard sarcasm. Knight of Swords. Look at me. Talk to me. Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this is okay. Like I said, don't go seeking attention in the wrong places. There's something about this that is not authentic, that is very like... It feels kind of trickstery, to be honest with you. It does have this very trickster vibe to it with the Ace of Swords in reverse. That is the card of like this lack of authenticity. It's like, it's not true, but at the same time, the Ace of Swords to me is also, it's like you're not thinking clearly. It's a very impulsive energy next to the Knight of Swords. It's this energy of like, I'm gonna do it because I just have the urge to do it, right? Just, you know, take a few deep breaths before you make these decisions. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see, what else do we got? Devil in reverse. Okay. Hey guys. Okay, so with the Devil in reverse, this is a really interesting energy because it's like you don't want to see it feels deceptive. It feels deceptive. It's like, no, this isn't toxic. It's not toxic at all. Hey, bright eyes. It feels deceptive. It's like you don't want to see it. And you're like, no, I'm gonna keep doing it. Some of you, it's a serious, like, something. Others of you, it's somebody around you. So if you have somebody, like, approaching you, like, hey, let's hang out. And you're like, okay, like, cool. This person's back trying to hang out. And you're like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'll entertain this. It's like there's this, like, a little lingering lack of genuine intention. It's like this feeling of, like, they're doing it out of their own curiosity or, like, they're doing it out of their own... It's like a selfish motive behind it. Like they're not clear on their why. This individual, whatever they're pursuing, they're not clear on why they're pursuing it. They're not really asking their ego. The devil represents the ego. Why am I doing this? Why am I going after this thing? They're not clear on their intention. They're just kind of like, I feel the urge to do this, so I'm going to go and do it. And it's just kind of like, it don't feel nice. And then we have the Hierophant. They're going back to an old contract. This could be an ex returning. This could be somebody trying to go back to an old job or starting an old project. This is very like eclipse feeling. This is very like eclipsey. This is very retrograde feeling. This is very like, let me go back to that old thing and see if I can resurrect it from the dead, and it's not because I really want it. I'm just kind of really curious about it. Like, is this going to work? And it's just kind of like, I kind of want the attention of it, but I also want to see, like, if it does work, like, where can I take it? Like, is it going to benefit me? It's like they're not thinking about the other person involved. Hierophant. It speaks to a connection. It speaks to a contract. It speaks to something that is stable, though. It has a sense of, like, a stability, or it has a deep soul lesson in it. Okay? It has a deep soul lesson in it. This doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad. It just, yeah, it's a connection. Lovers. Hey, you over there, ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Do you want to go out sometime? Because I'm just kind of curious if there's some sparks still here. Do you still find me pretty sparky? It's kind of like that. You know, it's just kind of, and it's like they're just doing it really impulsively. Like, I'm just curious. Do you still want to be friends? Do you want to hang out sometime? Do you want to grab a coffee, lunch? Do I intrigue you still? Because I don't feel lovable lately. So will you give me a little bit of attention or love or affection? Whether it's you or somebody else, like, it has that kind of vibe. It's a soul contract, though. You two have either gone through a very significant lesson together, or you're going to complete a lesson at this time, which would make sense because the nodes are about to switch. So it's about cementing these lessons, right? This person could also be wanting to speak on something, something that they've been holding in regards to this lesson that they did not speak on, if this is really old, okay? Especially with Venus retrograding. This could be something from back in like June 2020, okay? But with the Queen of Swords in reverse, this is Libra energy. This is somebody who's just like, I don't want to talk to you. I got no interest in communicating. Six of Cups in reverse. You're like, nope, this is dead and buried to me. Yeah, no. This is done to me. Alright, let's get Five of Cups. Okay, so this means that there's still lingering emotions, and it doesn't mean that necessarily it's about the connection. It could be about whatever, like, fear or trauma or attachment or whatever the lesson between the two people was. This other individual, whether it be Gemini or the person that they were dealing with, they might have just finally finished integrating it and releasing it and are just working through mourning that energy, right? And so in turn, part of mourning that energy is also mourning the other person's energy and allowing it to release from their energetic body, right? Saying like, oh, like, I'm finally ready to really let you go. Or I'm finally really ready to let that part of our reality go and have a clean slate and maybe just be friends or just be civil or just let you know that I'm sorry. Or even if you haven't apologized, like, I have no animosity or anger or anything toward you, right? Things like that, like just accepting absolute closure because they found it for themselves, right? Because the Five of Cups is the card of mourning. It's the card of emotional release. It's working through that so they can get to a place of the Ace of Cups. Because the 6 minus the 5 is somebody working through the past to create change, right? So they can have an Ace of Cups, an Ace, a new cycle, a new open heart space, because this has been creating a block. They've been holding on to a guilt, a shame, a barrier of some sort, a pain, right? A resentment, an anger, and they're trying to work through that. Yep, bottom of the deck is Temperance, right? They're trying to work through that healing. Underneath that is the Seven of Wands, which is the card of bravery, right? They're really trying to address this face on. They might have something they want to talk about. And with the Three of Cups, that's them, like the desire to want to reconcile, because the 5 minus the 3 is the Two of Cups, which is a very strong soulmate connection. It doesn't mean that you're like twin flames are meant to be or something. It just means that you had a very significant lesson to learn together, right? And it's them trying to release this burden. So whether this communication is like, hey, let's come back together, it doesn't necessarily mean like, let's date again. It's let's get over this chapter. Let's close out this lesson and leave it in our current North and South node, which is North node Gemini, South node Sagittarius, right? Because our nodes are about to switch in not less than a month, in about a month, right? On January 22nd, 23rd, the nodes are about to switch into Earth and Water out of Air and Fire, which is Gemini, Sag, into Taurus, Scorpio. So we're looking for stability. We're looking to release all of these fears, these limiting beliefs, to have a clean slate, to just really rid ourselves of things that have been standing in our way emotionally, mentally, okay? So, let's use Marchetti Tarot. This is my Divine Feminine deck. This feels like someone who's going through like a really big heart space opening. Yeah. Gemini. Gem. And that's okay. Okay. You know, if only I had boobs or something to like hold a dress up. Just saying. Is it TMI? No, not really. I'm just kind of speaking my mind. Don't care. Let's look at Temperance first. Yep, Four of Cups in reverse. Okay, so that's the heart space opening for me as a reader. When you have a Four of Cups in reverse, it's somebody who's trying to overcome this sense of rejection or the sense of not feeling enough, not feeling worthy, right? They're trying to heal this energy. The Four of Cups is also someone who sits and really thinks about, what do I want? What do I need emotionally, right? What do I need to feel fulfilled? What do I need to find closure in this situation, okay? Temperance is the card of reconciliation. Thanks, Jules. Yeah, Seven of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of... Oh my gosh. 10 of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. This person's going through a heart chakra opening, like a really big heart space opening. They might have realized how much love this other individual was willing to offer them, right? And how they let that go. Ace of Pentacles. It is the card of second chances. It doesn't necessarily mean romantically, though. It could just mean like wanting that friendship, wanting that closeness, right? But because of self-sabotaging behaviors, Seven of Pentacles, it failed, right? It failed. Let's look at the Knight of Swords. The Fool and the Six of Swords. Okay, so fast forward / backward, I guess. Go back to the beginning with me of the video where I was like, Knight of Swords, this person's being impulsive. They want to go towards something. Here they are like, I'm tired of sitting in my head thinking about conflict. I want a new beginning with my person. Right? There they are. Going after the new beginning. Ba-bam. Cool. Six of Swords. It's moving out of the Five of Swords, this energy of conflict, overthinking, absolute like mental turmoil, because Swords, intellect, communication, right? The mind space, and the Fool is Aquarius energy. It's like wanting to break out of the mold. It's wanting this freedom, like, let me go travel the world, but be my own person. And they want to do all this, which is totally fine. Okay. Let's look at the Ace of... I literally heard lies. This person might be confessing some lies to you, like, hey, I was pretty scummy. You're going to be like, I know. I don't really care anymore. I'm over it. But they have to confess it for themselves. They're really not doing it for you, which is probably where that selfish energy was coming from. It's not, try not to look at it as something that's selfish. You're actually allowing this person the space to heal, to release things. So just be that listener, right? Just be that listener. I guess, you know, honestly, it's really up to you. Yeah, because now my ear's starting to hurt. Some of you are like, I don't want to listen. Some of you still have that anger, that resentment, right? And that's okay. Is it okay though? Because it's your own energetic body, and you're taking up your own precious space with low vibrational energy when you could be taking it up with forgiveness and love and all these amazing things that welcome in these high frequency energies that allow you to have a more prosperous life. But I could keep going, but I won't. That's okay. Let's look at the Ace of Swords. Emperor. Oi. They're going to say how they know they weren't their best self, right? Emperor. They should have done better by you kind of vibe. High Priestess, yeah, what is it? Like hindsight's always 20/20 kind of thing. Because the High Priestess is, Six of Pentacles in reverse. There's an unequal exchange of energy. They're going to basically confess the lack of investment or the imbalance here. This feels like old energy. This feels like them talking about like their reflection. Like, hey, I've grown since then. Like this could be repaired. This could be better. And for some of you, I just feel the need to say, like, it really doesn't feel like they want to be romantically involved again. It really just feels like, let's just have a good, stable, fun, like, friendship, right? For those of you who are, like, my patrons or have had a personal reading, like, you know, I get, like, really itchy, like, all over my face and everything when I do readings. So if you see me scratching a lot, it's just because I'm just really into this reading right now. Let's look at the Devil. The Sun, yeah. They integrated a lot of their shadow. And so now they're going through this period of like awakening and enlightenment and understanding like parts of themselves that were toxic, that were self-sabotaging, that were working to their detriment. And they're like, can I tell you all about it? And this queen's kind of like, I really don't want to hear it, but I'm trying to be a better person and I guess I'll listen. I don't really want to listen, but I guess I'll listen. It's like the battle of their own ego, right? Because they're basically mirroring this other individual's ego in a sense, right? Because it's challenging them to release what they thought they had released, but they really haven't, which is why it's the closing out of this cycle. Because this queen thinks that they've let it go, but they really haven't. They haven't. And by this person coming back and talking about it, it's like, okay, let's really squash it. Let's really release it all. Let's look at the Hierophant. Ugh, my heart just sank. So what's this about? Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Cups. This queen thought this was it. This queen thought this person was their Ten of Pentacles. Yep. This queen was like, I thought this was going to be like a stable, long-term relationship, that it was going to last the test of time, right? They're very confident in it, and then they weren't. And that's why this queen's like, no, I'm good, we're fine, we don't got to talk about it. But really, this person's coming up so both people can release what either they don't see or they do see about the situation. Okay, so let's look at the Lovers. Let's look at the Lovers. Six of Cups. Damn, you're just getting all the 6 of Cups, aren't you? You just get the 10 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, getting all the damn cups. The Sun, the Fool, the Emperor, 10 of Pentacles, Temperance, Hierophant, Temperance again. The Lovers and the 6 of Cups. Very, very, very divine soulmate connection. Connection where just because, okay, let's talk about the labels of soulmate connections really quick. It's just labels. Somebody you meet in the grocery store that tells you something that just like hits your heart space is also a soulmate. It's just the amount of time that we spend with each soulmate. And just because the amount of time, which everything is timeless, so time's kind of irrelevant, you know, but that does not measure the significance of that lesson, right? Because somebody can teach you something so meaningful within just 5 minutes versus, like, take a YouTube video, for example, versus the 8 or 12 months you spend with an individual, or the 7 years you spend with somebody. Because I know I've spent a year with somebody, and I've spent 7 years with somebody, and I've learned more in the year I've spent with one individual than I ever learned about relationships in the 7 years I spent with another. So time really does not matter. And maybe that's just my opinion, but just remember, regardless of the amount of time you spend with a soulmate, does not measure the significance of that lesson. Okay? Let's look at the Queen of Swords. Let's see what their deal is, because they feel a little angry, like, rah, I don't want to talk to you. Tower. Universe is like, you don't want to talk about it, but you gotta talk about it, so let's talk about it. Tower time. I love this Tower card. It's a gorgeous Tower card. If it would focus, it'd be even more gorgeous. Gorgeouser. Let's make gorgeouser a word. I'll put it on Urban Dictionary for you, okay? Empress. Oh, damn. Oh, golly gee whiz. Merp. They did it. They did the merp. They upgraded together. They're like, hey, let's go through this lesson side by side. Let's clear out this energy because it's obviously blocking you from embodying your most authentic self. Then this Empress is like, oh, fuck, you're right. Damn it. Damn it. I guess I can let go of some of this pain. I don't really want to because it's so comfortable and I like being angry because it's just easier and my anger protects me and I don't like to admit that, but it does. And if I allow myself to forgive you, that means that I'm nice and forgiving, and then people associate with forgiveness with weakness, and I don't want to be seen as weak. Stupid. Come on. Allow yourself to go there. Just let it go. Work through it. Work through it, because it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit you. You're going to upgrade your consciousness to a freaking Empress energy, which is divine feminine, which is loving, self-respecting, which is vulnerable, which is a master manifester. It's somebody who's present. It's somebody who knows how to receive endlessly and give endlessly in an equal amount. It's a beautiful energy. These are my 2 favorite cards in this deck, by the way. Absolute gorgeous deck. This is my favorite tarot deck ever. The artwork's incredible. Okay, 6 of Cups. Let's see what about the past we're letting go of. What are we letting go of? Oh, the self-imposed prison. All these beliefs we have about relationships and romance and forgiveness and lessons, like, oh, well, that's my ex. We can never talk again. Oh, nope, that's a partner that I went through something traumatic with. You must be the enemy. All these beliefs we have. Letting go of them. All these thoughts we have about people in our history. Well, I can never forgive them because of what they did to me. I could never forgive them. Nope, I can't do it. But you can. We choose not to, because we choose not to see the pain that it creates inside of us and our own responsibility to look at that pain and heal it, right? I know some of these things I'm saying are going to be really triggering, because I know when I heard them myself from the voices in my head, I was like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy, because that person was absolutely demonic. How could I ever forgive them? And I've forgiven people like that, and I'm friends with people like that, right? People who have crushed and destroyed me. And I'm like, dang, you're still in my life. Still in my life. And you know what? Both people are way better people today. Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is reflecting on the things that were not emotionally fulfilling. The things that we might be embarrassed or hurt to talk about. Five of Cups. It's the card of mourning. The Page of Pentacles in reverse is the reflecting on there, right? Let's get one more on this Five of Cups. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is the U-turn card, yeah. So you're going back to it. Between the 8 and the 5 is the Three of Cups energy, which is a reconciliation energy. It's contemplating, like, do I want to allow this person back into my life or not? It's kind of that hangman energy of, I don't want to be impulsive. I want to do what's best for my emotional, mental, and spiritual state, right? I also want to heal these things. But I also want to make sure that I'm welcoming things into my current reality for the version of myself that I am today, instead of bringing back the version of myself that I was then. Two very different things. You're not trying to go back to who you were. You're trying to show up every day as the person that you are now. Let's see what this is. Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse and the Five of Swords. So there's the inner conflict, the challenge to open up the heart space, right? And bottom of the deck is the Five of Cups, right? So we're still trying to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to work through these things. And that's okay. That's why this person's coming up. It's just kind of like they're going to challenge you to really talk about certain things, or you're going to challenge them to talk about certain things. But it's just to help you both evolve into divine masculine, divine feminine. Because these are two energies of vulnerability, of honesty, of personal power, of healthy boundaries, of people who do not make themselves small for the sake of other people's comfort zones. It's that energy of, I know who I am. I know what I've been through. I'm not going to penalize somebody for the role they played in that, because I understand that it was a reflection of their own sense of self-worth or their own pain, right? And I was just a mirror. And it's not claiming a victim mentality either. It's just understanding it from an observing perspective, which is higher consciousness. So that's what I have for you. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, go ahead, book it down below. I love you. I wish you the best. And like, share, subscribe. I already said that. And I got 20% off all my services. And I have free 15-minute readings being given away on my Patreon channel. So check all that out. It's all in the description box. And I wish you guys the best. I love you. And I'll see you next time.